Hey guys, and welcome back to another. Now, this one's going to be a little bit of coding, not too bad. I mean, yeah, it's not exactly the hardest code to write, but that we got this silly little mouse issue going on, and it's very irritating when you're trying to test stuff. So what I done was I fixed it finally where we don't see our mouse anymore when we're in play mode in the game, but we can now hit good old escape key. Now we've got this save as usual, reload, and then we got close. Now this closes the whole menu and goes back to the game. And it also does the time scale thing, like if you had enemies that are moving around and stuff, it'll pause it makes it to 0. So, well, what they say is pause. I don't know if you'd actually consider it pause, but the game time is put to 0, the speed anyway. So we've got our nice little guy. We can head this way, and there's not much way to this gun, but yeah, we can put a whole lot or anything that we want. But the thing is, we had the cursor problem, but now we don't. We can reload the level, start playing like a normal game, hit escape again, close it. Works just like a game now. Save if we want. We've got a little bit of drop, but it's not too bad. And then we got an exit, but since we're in the Unity player, it doesn't really work. I mean, there's another code that you can write, but I didn't see the point in doing exit right here, and it quit the editor. It's kind of dumb. I mean, if you're that lazy you can't hit play, you got some serious issues a little bit. But here's what we done. Okay, now this is a class that's an example. Okay, now this is an example that's been modded for this project, but we're going to talk about this. The cursor is just an enumeration of states for the editor itself. Well, actually, the whole entire engine. And we stuff it in a wanted variable. We call it this. Okay. Now the set cursor state. This right here is a function. Okay. Just a normal function like you always would. And this is the start. Now, this is just a single class because I don't need it to go anywhere else, okay? But we just hit wanted, which is this little variable. We just lock it. We call lock. Then we take this panel, the panel that you see right here, this little panel, that just tags our panel on and off. Well, when we start off, we force it to make sure that it's false, that it's shut off. That way we don't have to worry about it being on, off, or any other thing. You can just kick it off in the editor and it's not going to matter, but I like to make sure it's off. That way we don't get no weird like behaviors and stuff. Now this is an update because we're actually writing it to the escape key itself. Now this is a key code that goes directly. It bypasses everything. It's like a code base, not Unity's little input system that we've been using so far, where we call it from here. This is just like a direct thing, and it's get key down, which only happens once, and the key press. You can sit there and hold it and hold it and hold it. Doesn't matter. It's never going to be called again until you let go of the key and then push it down again. But you will get a signal if you push this and you go get key up. It'll still execute. But when you hit down and you just hold it, it'll only execute once. Doesn't matter how long you hold it. If this was get key, it would just keep firing away like our machine gun. Up, down, it doesn't care. It just keeps sending the message. Now we call the function right here because this function doesn't need any parameters whatsoever. No overloads, whatever you want to call it. These curly braces right here, they've got nothing in them. So we don't need anything. Unlike this one, okay? You see this? Then you've got this float T. It's like a perimeter, or some call it overload. It's probably all right, you know, what I'm calling it, but, you know, that's just what I call it. Now we go cursor lock state equals wanted equals cursor lock none. This happens when you hit the button just one time. Okay, it just blanks out the cursor so you can start moving around and things. But you still got to call this update. This is being called every frame. Now, I don't know why Unity made it every frame like this, but I guess. So we do an if statement. If wanted equals none, and the panel is not active in the hierarchy. Like so, basically, it's set the panel set active equals false. If it's not false, then we set it to true. And this is another if statement. If it's not active in the hierarchy, we go into another if statement about the time scale. Now, the time scale, it scales which the time is passed. Which the time. Man, that's really poorly worded. I don't like it. You can use it for slow motion effects, like, hey, I'm walking about 5 feet. Just make the whole game go really, really slow, like it's lagging, but it's not. It's the time scale. If it's not 1, okay, so basically when this is not active in the hierarchy, and if this, so it's off, and this isn't 1, we call T scale 0, okay, which T gets passed into this, and then the time scale is that. So basically we're going, time scale is whatever T is. So when we pass it 0 or we pass it 1, it's going to be that. Now, the reason why I put this if statement is because if time scale does not equal 1, and then we pass it to 1, when it comes back around for its next update, it doesn't call this a gazillion times. Okay, I don't need it to go time scale with multiple calls to this, like time scale, time scale, time scale, time scale, time scale, time scale. That's crazy. It doesn't need to be that. Now, in this little one, okay, this is our close function for the close button. That was, well, we can leave this on, it doesn't matter. This close button, that's all it does. Because we structure it in this way, with not many calls, I mean, it's an update, who cares, you know. Close, all we have to do is set the panel false, make this variable, call it lock. So basically your wanted right here, we change it to lock. Now, yeah, we could. See, now I'll show you in a minute what I mean, what I'm mumbling about. Now, this little public quit thing is just application not quit. Closes the application.